Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the channel. I have an energy update for you for the full moon in Aries, as well as, oh, we have kitty interference. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's shaking. As well as just overall messages for the collective at this time. So I'm not going to be doing messages from the masters this week, but we will just kind of download any channeled messages that come through. So I'll be doing a reading here. This is for collective twin flames, for Lightworkers, Starseeds, and anyone awakening on this journey who might be finding the video. Quick reminder, on October 26th, I'm holding a workshop. It's The Goddess in All Her Glory. It's a Saturday morning. I think a lot of you guys will like this. This is looking at the divine feminine archetypes throughout history, mythology. We're going to examine certain archetypes, certain goddesses, certain divine feminine in these stories or historical contexts. And then we're going to look at overall the archetypes, how you can embody the archetypes and begin to step into your divine feminine power more fully. So I'll have an opportunity to work one-on-one with you towards the end of the workshop, answer your questions. But I really think you guys will love it. It's going to be great, especially if you're interested in this topic. You'll learn a lot, and you'll also learn some tools of how to incorporate this into your own life. So check that out. It's on my website, spiritualmaterialgirl.com. You can sign up for the October 26th workshop. Still doing coaching, just mostly readings, maybe a little bit of coaching here and there. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, afternoons and evenings. On Wednesdays, you can sign up for group coaching. You have to sign up in advance. It's free for BuyBut members, but you still have to sign up. You guys who want to do the coaching in a group setting, it's cheaper. It's a great way to do it. And all that info is on my website, like I said. Of course, if you guys want to donate, you know how to do that. There's a donate button at the top of my website, and I appreciate all of your support. All right, so I have been getting the message that there's something to reconsider at this time. So it's probably what I'll, theme or name this video. I feel it's not specific to the divine feminine or divine masculine. I feel like I have goosebumps. There's something to reconsider. And so I'm just going to let the cards kind of show us what that means, but it just keeps coming to my mind. It just keeps coming, these words. They're showing it to me as I've been sitting here sort of channeling for a while. So there is something to reconsider, and this could be in any aspect of our lives. It could be with a specific situation, but let's dropping cards already. Sorry, you guys. Let's ask the guides, let's ask the cards, and just see what they say. Okay, so here's the Magicians popping out. The World. And the Nine of Wands. Okay, so the Magician saying, like, this to me is like, we've got to get out of our own way. Okay, so when we see the Nine of Wands, this is someone who's guarded, who's protecting something. This is someone who's living in fear from the past. And a lot of times when we do this, we're blocking the new manifestations. So I feel like at this full moon, they're asking us to release the fear. So specifically, let me see what I'm getting for some of you out there. So they're talking about boundaries. They're talking about you protecting your own garden. And this still feels like a very fear-based way to set boundaries. Boundaries should be set from a place of love. A healthy boundary is set from a place of love, alignment, trust, trusting your own inner knowing, trusting yourself, alignment with your morals, values, worth. This is like fear-based protection. So they keep talking about the garden. And usually when I talk about the garden, that's my analogy with the boundaries, protecting your own garden. And it's interesting too, because these are like fences basically, right? And fences and defenses. And then you have the world, and the world is like everything opening up. Yeah, it's like a big opening. And I feel like the contrast of these two messages are huge, because they're just saying you've got to drop the fences and the defenses in order for the world to open up and for everything to open up for you. The manifestations are coming. You are a very good manifester. You're needing to trust in it more and understand that the way that you, okay, I'm getting another message. The way that you allow the good in, and like the new opportunities and the expansion and the openness in, is by being open in the first place. So I just got a message about this. This is also, this could be someone in your life who's a little bit paranoid, who's a little bit lower vibrational, who is making you explain yourself. I'm getting this really clearly for someone or for a group of you. This could be somebody who maybe you have your guards up with, or they have their guards up with you. But like, I'm getting this sense of like someone who's not that healthy for you. Maybe like just a lower vibrational person, or it could be someone you deal with at work, could be someone you're in a relationship with. I think I'm getting like someone you're in a relationship with for many of you. This is something that is blocking your manifestations, this relationship. And you've got to look at it carefully and determine, like, do I need to release this? Because keeping the lower vibrational people and aspects in place actually blocks you from manifesting and blocks you from that expansion and that flow. And you might think, oh, it's okay, I'll hang on to this for a while and I'll still try to manifest. And they're saying, no, you can't. It's not going to work that way. Your manifestations will be blocked until you get rid of this lower vibrational energy. So I'm not talking about discarding people. I'm talking about looking long and hard about the relationships in your life and looking at it more from an energetic level. Like, what's bringing me down? What's blocking me? Am I spending too much energy explaining myself to someone? Am I trying to get into someone's, inner, like their, I feel like a feminine is trying to get into the masculine's like heart, and he won't let her, and it's like too much energy expended. Does that make sense? So if that's happening to you, you've got to pull back. You've got to go back into yourself, and you've got to release whatever this resistance is. That means releasing the relationship for some of you. When you're trying to open a door and the door won't open, don't keep knocking. Don't keep pushing. Take your cue, right? And like I said, this could be just someone who's paranoid. Like, I keep getting that word paranoid, like a paranoid person or someone who's questioning you and you have to explain too much. That's not healthy. So again, this is about you setting healthy boundaries. And I feel like walking away in some instances from these people or situations. Okay, so we've got the Nine of Swords, which I feel like it's this energy. It's this, you're losing sleep over this. This is like causing frustration. It's causing you to have, they're saying migraines, headaches. It could be just feeling exhausted. This is just, this is a situation that needs to be let go of. It's just taking too much energy from you. Queen of Swords in reverse. And the Chariot. So again, we're getting this notion of wanting to move forward and manifestation, but it's coming up in reverse. I feel like, again, this, yeah, we want to move forward. And this is this Aries energy too. This Aries full moon is asking us what we want. What do we want? What we're looking at ourselves. We're going, what do we want? We want to move forward. There's that fire energy. There's that sort of burst of energy that's going to make us want to take action and move things forward. But the problem is we're drained. Some of you are drained. You're drained from giving too much energy to a situation that's not invigorating you and not giving back to you. So that could be a big block. Okay, we see the Queen of Swords here. And I feel like there is something that needs to be communicated to clear the air and to clear your energy so that things begin to open up. So I feel like sometimes when we're stuck, like I hear a lot of people say, like when I do my coaching, one thing I've learned just through patterns of working with people is that sometimes we'll dredge up a whole bunch of trauma, early childhood stuff. And the next few days people will say like, oh my God, I feel so drained. I feel depressed. Why is that? And the reason why is because there's stuff under the surface that wants to come up, but it can't, or it's not being fully allowed, or they've got to go in and do more to release it all. So it's usually like stuff that's trapped under the surface that gives us that weighted feeling. So the message I was getting with this is like, there's things that are being unsaid that you need to say. There's a feeling of needing to clear the air with someone or in a situation. And that very much feels like speaking your truth, like what is, true for you, in alignment with your morals, your values, your worth. And you may be fearing doing this because of a fight, like fear of fight or conflict. Speaking your truth doesn't have to equate to conflict. So remember that. This could also be why we're standing on guard. Like, you've got to clear this. And in order to clear this, like, this is a lot of heavy energy that's weighing you down. And some of this is not just from like another person in a situation that's weighing you down. It's because you're not speaking your truth. Whenever we hold it in or it's trapped under the surface, can weigh us down, drain us energetically. So remember, it's time to speak your truth, especially in regards to like a relationship. Could be work, like I said, or personal. I just had a card fly out. Sorry, you guys. I just, as I bent down to drop the card, I totally knocked the phone over where I'm recording, so I apologize. So the card that popped out was the Three of Wands. So you are thinking about some other plan. There's some other plan here that's being considered. Or maybe it's that you need to reconsider. And they're talking about reconsidering your freedom. They're talking about reconsidering a business venture. Could be an idea that you previously had, like something that already came in through, like thought form that you're needing to bring into life now. It could be reconsidering a partnership. So it could be a business partnership or a romantic partnership. But it's like, there's this plan here. There's like there's something about the future that you're reconsidering. And it feels connected to something in the past. So it's something you've already started, or it's someone that you've already met. And there's like this opportunity, I feel, for you to reconsider this project, this idea, this relationship, and make it a go. And I actually get like a really good feeling about it. This reconsidering, whatever we're reconsidering, we're probably going to approach it in a new way now. And it's probably going to be the right timing or the right context. There's something to reconsider. Things are getting clearer. Okay, that's one thing. I'm going to put that down for a minute. I just got that message. Things are getting clearer for you. Whereas before, when you were considering this avenue, this path, this project, this option, whatever it is, it wasn't clear. So you didn't you shied away from it, you said no, or you rejected it, but now you might be more open to it. So there's something that you're reconsidering. And it feels connected to a future plan, project idea, person, relationship. Okay, so the Judgment card's coming up. And I feel like this is how we're letting or allowing the universe to rise up and meet us. Again, which has been blocked by some lower energies, feeling drained. This is about trusting. I do feel like also like your angels and the archangels that are presiding over the collective, they're sending us messages and signs to guide us onto the right path. So this is connected to the path and the messages and the universe rising up to meet you on this new path, or this path that you're reconsidering. It feels like the time is right now, whereas it wasn't before. You might have some things to clear out of the way, but they're saying you're being guided towards this. So listen, trust. You guys know, like when you have a burst of energy, when things feel light, when it feels good, move towards it, right? Like that's what you want to move towards. You never have to question that. When you feel uncertain, when you feel like you're in turmoil or torment, when something feels heavy, when you're unsure, don't do anything. Don't move in that direction. If something feels heavy, dark, don't move towards it. Move towards the light. Move towards what makes you feel good. It might be something that you logically considered before, a person, a relationship, a thing, an object, a idea, a project. It could be anything. And you said, no, that's not right for me, or I'm not sure. And now you're reconsidering it and you're going, I don't know why, but this just feels good to me. And that's okay. You don't need to know why. All you need to know is this feels good to me. When you have that phrase and something feels light and you can feel it energetically, that's where you want to step towards it. So this is about this is about creating options. This is about creating opportunities. This is about, I feel like, there being maybe lots of ideas or paths to follow. And maybe some of you getting a little bit overwhelmed. Does that make sense? Like not knowing what to follow, what to move forward with. But again, I feel like the thing that you're supposed to move forward with at this time, during this week in October, is the thing that you're reconsidering from the past. And again, it could be something that you didn't make sense of before, that you were like, it's not time, or like, I'm not feeling it with that person, or like, yeah, that's a great idea, but I'll do that sometime in the future. Or it could be something that you said, yeah, I never want to do that. And like all of a sudden right now we're saying, wait, I see a new horizon for this. I see this actually feels good to me. I don't even need to know why. So I think we have to kind of sift through this a little bit. That makes sense. They're talking about, sorry, I have to just tell you this. Someone working with crayons. So I don't know if you have a child or, like a kid around you that's got crayons out a lot. But they're saying it would I smell the crayons right now. This is so crazy. They're saying it would do you well to pick up a crayon yourself, or a couple crayons, and draw out what you want or express yourself, like create an expression of love on paper. It's going to help you release some things, and it's also going to help you, they're almost saying like draw a desire map with the crayons. Like these are like Crayola crayons I'm seeing. This is for someone. So if your child has been, sorry, another card just popped out. But if your child has been playing with crayons, you see crayons a lot, you've got crayons around you, maybe you run a daycare, nursery school, your teacher, I don't know. Like they're saying the crayons are signaling to you. So the Empress just popped out. So I feel like this is just like harnessing our divine feminine energy. This is leading with that. It's leading with love, trust, a centeredness, a balance, our power as related to our core. This is about bringing ideas into life, not through a masculine, forceful energy, but through a feminine energy in which we're opening up to receive. We're not blocked. We're not drained. We're allowing things in. We are creating a new plan from inspiration, inspired action. And it seems like inspired action is going to help turn this around so that things are moving forward rather than no action, you know, things stuck under the surface, staying stuck in a situation, having our energy drained. We want to release that, speak our truth, walk in line with our integrity, and that's going to create a lot of freedom and alignment with who you are, what your worth is connected to your power center, how you manifest, and you're going to know what path to follow. So that's important. All right, I'm going to leave that there. The bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles, which could be like for some of you a new project or something that you're nurturing, new old, like I said, like something that was started in the past that you're reconnecting with now. I feel a new stream of income or an idea that you're cultivating that's going to have income or monetary success attached to it. Stay focused on that. I mean, I feel like this is all part of you just cultivating your feminine energy, manifestation energy. A lot of the divine masculine who are awakening right now, you're really coming into your divine feminine confidence center because your feminine energy is being more harnessed. You've got more control. You understand how to work with it. You understand how to manifest from your feminine side. You understand how to communicate from your feminine side, some of you masculine. And this is like showing you the way, and the way might be a new way, a new pathway. There's something now that you're moving forward with, like a project, an idea, a business that, again, like I said, you've sort of thought of, or, you know, you had the idea in the past, and you're cultivating it now. It seems like you're turning it into something that brings in some money pretty quickly. So don't let that fear around, well, how will I value my services, or how will I make money at this? Don't let that stop you. Let's go to the crystals deck. Get some clarity on these messages. More advice. Collective energies for Aries full moon, divine feminine, divine masculine. What do they have to tell us? Okay, so Cuprite, and this is rites of passage coming up in reverse. So this is like a purpley, it's almost like it looks like an amethyst. I don't know if I've ever seen or held Cuprite, but it's got like a purpley color. So rites of passage. So it's interesting because this is like literally like a passageway, like the ships are coming in, there's like a passageway here. This to me feels like the plan for the future. And they're talking to me about like the rites of spring. So I feel like there's something that you're cultivating now that's going to really bloom in the spring. Your rite of passage though is really, I feel like this test, it's a test of like how well can you stay in your divine feminine power? How well can you stay aligned with your, you know, morals, values, your boundaries? Because once you pass that test, I feel like your manifestations come in, and they come in pretty quickly. And then there's stuff that's also being cultivated over the next 6 months and through spring, particularly in April. From October to April, they're showing me something you do now comes to full fruition in April. All right, Spirit Quartz just popped out on the floor. I'm sitting like away from the table, so I think I'm shuffling. Obviously, things are flying out. Sorry. So this is music. So I feel like this is a message about our manifestations. Use music to get the clarity on what you want. Use music to manifest. I know I've told you guys this a million times, and maybe you guys know me a little bit more from watching my channel. Some of you may have never heard me say this, but when I was a little girl, I used to use music. Intuitively, I would use music to manifest everything. I could listen to certain songs, visualize, and manifest anything. And I knew I had this power when I was a child. And I think as adults, we know we have these powers too, but we don't go into them or use them enough. It's great when you have like a new idea, new project, new business, something that if you choose a song to carry it to like a manifestation song, like something that's real high vibrational, really like maybe the lyrics or the beat or the rhythm align with this new idea or project or something that you're trying to lift off the ground. And then keep listening to that song over and over again. Like every time you work on this project, every time you use that. This could also be like using music to invoke love, like love songs, things like that. So this is really like music for manifestation is what I get. Spirit wants us to use music in that way or rely on music in that way. It's a tool, they're saying. And we have diaptase, which is heart healing. So it's interesting. This is connected to this. So this is something that I feel like you're letting go of that wasn't good for you, lower energy. And like, I think in the long run, you're not going to be so heartbroken, but in the short run, when you let this thing go, this relationship go, could be someone says something kind of like makes you feel like you got a little stabbed in the back, or they're angry because you're leaving them. Could be a work situation, could be romantic, like I said. And it's going to sting you. It's going to sting is what I get. And like they're showing me like the bumblebee sting. And it, this is a piece of you. This is an attachment. This is a piece, someone or something that you've clung on to that didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. You're seeing the reality of something not working out the way that you wanted it to, but I do feel like you'll heal quickly through this. But it's going to feel like a sting at first when you choose to let it go, or the person might sting you back because they're not happy with your decision, or they're not happy with you speaking your truth. So give some time, allow some time for your heart to heal. Understand that you can work with diaptase for that. But I do feel like you get through it quickly though. Once you make the decision and you pull away from what's not working or what's not healthy, even though it might sting you in the temporary, in the interim, overall in the long term, it's like a really good thing, and you'll be happier and you're going to feel freer than ever. So there's a short time though where I feel like, or for some of you, this could be that your heart's still healing from something in the past or something that you did let go of more recently. And they're saying give yourself time to heal. But healing our heart is not saying stuck on the past. It's not letting go of something and then saying, oh, but I'm just gonna like think and dream on it and hope or will it back into life. There's a reason why we let go of things. There's a reason why things leave our life. There's a reason why things drain us, because they're not for us. Bottom of that deck is Libyan gold tektite, which is manifestation. So again, maybe this heavy heart, the sting, that's been blocking our manifestation, the draining of the energy, the being on guard, or the someone being on guard with us. It's been draining our energy. Now we're walking forward into this purification. Look at that. The card just popped off. Like it was just like poof. So I feel like this is connected to our solar plexus chakra. It's connected to our divine feminine energy, like the Empress card. It's connected to the magician, manifesting. But they're saying we may need a period of purification. This is the clear quartz coming in. Period of purification, purifying this energy, whatever it was we were involved with that was lower energy, not good for us, not healthy for us. Laying the new plan and then coming into our power. Yeah? Okay. Let's ask the fairy. This is the fairy forest deck, which I like to use at this time of year. So let's ask them about timelines, because often we can get some good answers on timelines from the fairies. So collective timelines, individual timelines that we need to clarify here. Okay, so this is vulva, and this is prophecy, guidance, direction. You see as she has the fall leaves here. I feel like this is at this time. She's got fall leaves all around her. This feels like right now. This feels like it feels like that universal guidance coming in. It's about you considering the new plan, the angels or the guides guiding you. This is about your direction. This is about you receiving guidance at this time. You're reconsidering something. This is about you really thinking about what you want for the upcoming year. And this is the time to lay those plans. And this full moon is a time for you to release what's not serving so that you can fully focus on this new plan, new direction. For some of you, you're going much more fully into your life path, your soul path, like your soul purpose, starting right now, like starting this week. Remember I kept saying to you guys the 12th and 13th is going to be like a really big time for like twin flames, reconnection, communication. I also feel like it's a really big time for going more fully into our soul's purpose, soul path. So that's why she's coming up right now. Okay, so we have initiate. So she came up in reverse. Initiate is about openness, curiosity, warmth. And again, we have the fall leaves, the squirrel here. This is about initiating, like, I feel like from our divine feminine energy. So it's getting, manifesting and moving things forward, but not from a sense of masculine energy. I feel like it's just from a sense of curiosity and openness. And we're doing this at this time. We're asking ourselves, what do we want? How do we see ourselves in this next phase? What's going to work for us? You're really getting a little bit more not selfish, you're just getting more self-focused, and that's a good thing. So if you're not doing that, if you're not initiating that way, think about how you are initiating. Are you initiating, your plans on guard? That's not good, right? You're coming from a place of fear. We want to get away from that. Are you being stagnant? Are you not initiating at all? Are you just thinking about your ideas but not acting on them? Because I feel like this is a time to really explore your gifts, take a class, explore your gifts, go to a conference, learn more, connect with people. If there's an area, avenue, idea, project, business that you want to create, get curious about it. Get open now, because I feel like you're gathering, just like the squirrels gather their acorns and their nuts. I feel like you're gathering information, you're gathering ideas, and you're gonna put it all into motion and initiate something that will come to bloom, I feel like, in the spring. Okay, so we've got Dora, who is the healer, nourishment, nurture. And this is interesting because it's coming up with the heart healing. So this is telling me that we just need to nurture ourselves a bit, especially as we go through any heavy transition where you're releasing a situation, a job, a relationship that hasn't been working for you. You're needing to really nourish yourself, nourish your spirit. There's some healing that's going on, and these cards feel very similar to me. So give yourself space and time to do that, okay? Bottom of this deck is Frigga. Frigga is in reverse. Frigga's talking about readiness, bounty, plenty. So this is about getting ready for the harvest. I feel like things that you're working on now, you're going to start to really cultivate this winter. You know, this is a 12 card. This is saying like, I feel like you'll be really moving forward with your plans, your things, your desires come December. And just after, because Thanksgiving is late this year in the US, so I think it's like the 28th or something. Right after that, right as we go into December, and I've been saying this around winter solstice, like we're really, really, really like getting on that forward moving train. And you're definitely leaving something. A lot of people are leaving something in the physical at that time. So the idea to leave something might be coming now, and then you might be making the cut or making that choice come December. Or it just could be that you're stepping much more fully onto the path or into the cultivation of your life path, life purpose. Let's pull a moon card and just see what they have to say for this full moon. Okay, card fell out, and it is the crane moon. It's deep wisdom. So this is I feel like it's talking about the 4 directions. This reminds me of this. So this feels like so many options, not knowing what direction to take, right? And then Volva's talking about direction, getting the guidance for the direction, the new path, you know, looking out to a certain direction, thinking about a future plan. This to me is like the 4 directions, right? North, south, west, and east, or east and west. And honoring the 4 directions. Like, this is really about you knowing what path to take, you knowing which direction to face. This is about turning towards what's the brightest. This is about you having gone through the challenges and, you know, weathered the storm in some instances. And now you turning towards the bright sunshine, the new life, the creation energy, which really feels like it's coming from, you know, the south or the west. I feel like we've been facing north for a long time. And north is where we, you know, we're finding our courage. We're braving the storm. We're embracing the challenges, learning from them, growing, and it can be tough. That's like a tough road. We've been on that road. Now it's time to face east, south, west, to metaphorically think about new life, what feeds us energy, what feels light to us, what feels good, how we can be the source of new energy in our own lives. And you have all this wisdom and inner knowing. And I really feel like they're saying like it's the end of a time of deep challenge and suffering for many of you, as connected to not being on the right path, not being with the right person, you know, having to learn the lessons, having to face our fears, having to really go through the challenges so we can grow, and this alchemy that's been happening for you to come into this place where you are rooted within yourself, you are in your truth, and where things can become much brighter, much lighter for you. So my guides are showing me also to just pull a couple of the past life cards. This could be past life, early life. I get all sorts of messages from these cards, but they want to know, they want us to query into what's coming up from the past that might be blocking us, or issues that we might be like working through at this time. So this is the mother card. So this might be issues with a mother. This could also be sibling rivalry, like not feeling like you were treated as fair as a sibling. This could be like the nurturing that you didn't receive. Remember, we saw this nurturing card, Dura. This could be like the nurturing you didn't receive from a mother figure that you're learning how to give to yourself. It's you harnessing your own divine feminine energy. This to me is always talking about like someone paying attention to you in the way that you needed. And if you didn't have that, it might be time to pay attention to yourself and the way that you need, because we can only attract that in our relationships if we're giving it to ourselves. And if we have a gaping wound around this, like someone didn't give us what we need, didn't give us the attention, didn't give us the love, the nurturing, or the focus, where we felt jealous or like we were competing with siblings or others for the attention of, especially a maternal figure, this is where you have to become maternal yourself and deeply, deeply nurture yourself and really give yourself the self-focus and attention that you need. Because that's how you're going to attract in the people who can nurture you and really give you the attention that you're seeking. I think that when we have this wound here, seeking attention can be a very egoic thing. We don't even realize it. We're saying, this person's not focused on me enough. This person doesn't care about me. This person can't give me their time. I feel overlooked. I feel not seen. I feel not heard. I feel not important. I feel not prioritized. These are a lot of the patterns that we'll encounter when we have this wound within us. But in order to feel seen, heard, important, we must feel that within ourselves. So how do we do that? Journal. You see this book here? This is no coincidence. They're saying like journal with yourself, get intimate with your own feelings, read it back to yourself, sit with yourself, have compassion for yourself, understand what's going on inside of you so that you can self-support, self-soothe, self-validate. Once you start doing that habitually, you're going to find your relationships will improve, because then through the law of attraction, you're giving it to yourself. Thus, you're going to attract in those who can and will want to give that to you as well, rather than it being like a void in all your relationships, right? From that place of the wound. And the other aspect that's coming up is medicine man, medicine woman. Doesn't surprise me. I feel like this is connected to this feeling of like Native American, the four directions, this honoring ourselves. This is talking about healing. This is talking about as you heal, that you're coming into your own, you're returning back the layers of you that have separated with your true self, your divine self, your healer self. Many of you are healers. Many of you are. You've only been separated through fear, through wounding, through heartache, through heartbreak, right? So as you heal those layers, you're able to step more fully back into who you were, this soul remembrance, this deep inner knowing of your true gifts. And you're going to be able to help and heal others as you heal. So this is huge. For someone in particular, I get like you're going deeper into your shamanic studies. This could be some of you or just one of you. And they're talking about the peacock and the wolf. Interesting. The peacock. I don't know much about the peacock. I know peacock, we say proud peacock, right? Showing its feathers, showing off, right? But there's like a beauty and a grace in that. And then they're showing me the wolf. So the wolf as connected to our courage, our bravery, going after what we want. For those of you, I don't know, you might be seeing peacocks and wolves. For all of you, I don't know. Like, just if that resonates, look it up. Know that that's coming up. But this really came up for me when I was talking about the person's going deeper into their shamanic studies. They're talking about a graceful peacock, and it's almost like the wolf is underneath. It's about that integration of our hunter, initiator, masculine energy, and our feminine energy. It's about stripping away the ego. They're just showing me that crossover between the peacock and the wolf. So check that out. Investigate that a little. See, I always shut off these videos and then I listen back and I'm like, I get a clearer message on it. So if I get a clearer message on that, I'll write it in the notes below the video so you guys can check that out. And again, if you want to book a session, donate to the channel, I appreciate it. And that's all on spiritualmaterialgirl.com. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.